Okay, so we started a series last month on healing, and Cheryl, last week, it feels like a month ago, it does. Last week, and Cheryl did the service on healing with thoughts, and it was amazing. Did anybody see that? If you haven't, it was so great. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it on YouTube or Facebook our website. It's all over the place. Podomatic is really, really good. And the 3 S's, does anybody remember the 3 S's she left you with? Shift to silly. Quit judging yourself and shift to silly. Then go to the stillness and keep your eyes single. I know you've been doing it even though you can't recall the answer. Okay, good. All right. So when we are healing with thought, we see more clearly, we connect with the divine more clearly. And thoughts create our realities because the brighter vibration, they're emitting an energy. And we did hear how the repetition is dominant. So y'all listen to it, it's really good. Today we're going to talk about healing with behavior. Okay. Behavior is a conscious investment of your energy into reality you're choosing to create. So, behavior, when you behave, when you react or act, when you behave, you are actually investing your life force into that action. That's behavior. Okay? So you're investing your energy into it, so you're saying to the universe, this is what I want to continue in my world. I don't want to yell at you anymore. No, yeah, I do. Do you hear? I'm investing my energy into that, so it doesn't matter what my words are. It's the energy into the action that creates the behavior. All right. So behavior is how we act, how we react, how we invest our energy, and what we put out returns to us. All right. So I'm going to take it. This is from Spirit, so we can make it simple. This is a very complex topic. So let's just know that it's complicated. All right, but we're about healing here, okay? When we come into the world, everything is about survival. Infant, our spirit moves through this tiny little body, and in the beginning, we need to survive. The little spirit in the little tiny body needs to survive. Hunger, comfort, discomfort. We start to speak an emotional language. So we're speaking to the parent or the parental energy or whoever's watching us. Discomfort, comfort. I like that, I don't like that. You can hold an infant a week old and know they don't like that. They will tell you, I don't like that. Do you hear what I'm saying? And it's not always just the telepathic communication between the mom and the baby. It is a stranger could go, oh, they don't like that. There is communication that's occurring. And the baby, the spirit of the baby is trying to convey to you information that will keep it safe, alive, and comfortable. Okay? So we create our patterns there. If our spirit was in charge when we were put in that infant body, we would totally manifest all our needs. Even as an infant, somebody would come and feed us. We'd be taken care of. We'd have that beautiful color carriage that we want. We wouldn't have to interact with the humans because we would manifest. But we don't. We have to learn to communicate. There is a delicate integration of our spirits into the body of this tiny baby, this limited body. And we learn to express through emotional ways what will bring us the response that we're needing. So you got that? So your emotional body is created as an infant. All right, as adults, we do the same thing. We're much more sophisticated. Our great brain is now offering guidance and information, but we still have the baseline of survival, security, and safety as the thriving force that governs how we express our behavior. No matter what your brain has been able to accumulate, your emotional body is still survival, security, and what was the other S? Safety. Okay. So, if spirit moved through these 3, safety, survival, security, spirit would say, okay, survival, I'm one with God, I'm eternal. Safety, I'm safe in the heart of God. No man can hurt or harm me. No man can take my power. Jesus said, no man takes my life except I give it. There's no power outside of me. Safety. Oh, security. God provides all my needs. If we lived totally aware of spirit, that would be our three basic foundational, emotional precepts through which to express. God provides all my needs. I have my power. I'm eternal. Now, if I really knew those things emotionally, what would I be afraid of? What would I be willing to do? I would try things. I would experiment. I would be creative. I would say, world, what can I do? How can I interact with you? So do you see our goal is to move from the infant to the spirit? But that beautiful emotional body in between is our great luxury and our great opportunity to experience and feel. All right. Until we are there, the information given to us through our emotional bodies from the beginning is the language we still speak in our behavior. Comfort and discomfort has become pleasure and pain. Okay? And we are messaging this to the world. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I was trying to understand, because I'm not a scientist or bio person, but in the brief little research I did, the brain itself, because where do emotions come from? They're not biochemical events. They're not all the same. People respond differently. You know, it's about the spirit interacting through the body that creates this emotions. So my spirit's different than yours, so my emotions are going to be different than yours. But where they say the emotional parts of the brain are housed is surrounded by the place where the memories are housed. Isn't that interesting? That there's a little thing where they think the emotions are housed there, and then around it, that's where memories are housed. And down here, it's another little thing, memories are housed here. And another little thing, memories are housed here. So our experiences as we go along, the experiences, how we've judged them, how we've interpreted them, am I safe, am I not safe, they're all governing our emotions. So our emotions don't flow as freely as we want them to, do they? Because they're flowing through everything that we've experienced. And that's where the healing comes through. How do we free ourselves to be spirit? To be, I'm eternal, this is great, I love this. You know, how do we move to that? So how we invest our energies into this 3D land is very powerful. The emotional component expresses through our actions, and the emotional component is looking for a payoff. Ready? All right, so I have some examples for you. I live this stuff, you guys. This is my life's work. Every time I work with a client, my goal is to move through the thoughts that are holding your emotions in a certain vibration so you can let your spirit in deeper. Do you guys hear me? Move through the memories that are surrounding your emotions so we can get to those emotions and get some spirit in there. So you can do something different. That's what counseling is about, reading's about. That's what all the healing work we do is about, Rohan, Reiki. It's all about that. So we live in this. So don't you know I can go down that rabbit hole? But I'm not going to. I'm going to make it very simple for you. So the first example of this I wanted to share with you is in the Aquarian Gospel. Jesus healed a man by the fountain, you know, because he talked to the man and said, would you be healed? And the man said, yes, because it's a fountain that once a year that people would be healed at. So he healed the man, and he ran into him in the synagogue later, the temple. In the temple, Jesus saw the man and said to him, because the man's running around the temple, what do you think he's saying? Hey, man, I just got healed. How cool is this stuff? Yeah, all right, you know, just like we would. So Jesus says to him, behold, you are made whole. From henceforth, guard your life aright. Go your way and sin no more, or something worse may befall you. So he's saying, you were willing to be healed. Your emotional body was willing to receive it. Your mental body was willing to receive it. Your physical body was willing to receive it. You got it. Now don't go recreate what created this. Don't go back to the old behavior that created the illness in the first place. In Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East, they talk about a gentleman who was desperately ill, was healed by the Masters, spent 2 years dedicating his life to the work of the Masters, loving people, healing people, teaching people, 2 years. And then he thought, well, I I liked being helped better than helping. Well, and they said it didn't take long before he was back in his old behavior, and then it didn't take long until he was sick again. And in the story, when we meet him, he's going to the masters going, I shall die if you don't heal me again. He had recreated greater than he was before in the illness. So what makes us open that door? You know, all of us, we've all tried, have you done a diet or an exercise program or something where you have this great goal, you're going to change your life, I've got this great goal, and you have this vision of this goal, and you do good and things are working, and you go, oh yeah, that's good. I did good. I can have that cookie. I just opened the door. That door does not shut. And I'm right back into the old behavior pattern and right back where I was. Now, do you know why? Because we didn't change the emotional body's payoff. When we talk to the emotional body, saying, hey, we're gonna lose some pounds here. We're gonna get all exercised up. The emotional body went, yeah, okay. But we never gave it a payoff. It's this way because it likes being this way. It's receiving some benefit from being this way. It's safe, its survival is guaranteed, whatever it is. You know, when you say to your emotional body, you are to your body, anything, you must do this. We're going to diet and you're going to do it. You ever do that to your body? You know what emotion immediately comes up? Is rebellion. The rebellion of your childhood. Oh, hell no, that ain't happening. Woof. Okay. Or if you do it and you say to your body, we could do this. We could do this. You know what comes up? Why? Why are we doing this? Why? Because we want to. No. Why? What if we said to our bodies, hey, body, why don't we try this? And if we try this, maybe we could have this. And set it in a way that the payoff shifts. This is when you're going to be sustainable. When we try to change anything in our behavior, we have to change the emotional payoff. We have to understand what the payoff was in the first place and get around it. You don't have to get exact on top of it, but get around it. And then move to shifting it. All right. We don't want to open the door. When you open the door, you've just gone back to the old paradigm, and we need a new paradigm. We need a new vision of hope. If you have trained in Reiki with any of our Reiki masters at the church, and there's lots of them to choose from, there's a book called Takata's Story, and she brought Reiki to the Western world. And she writes in her book about working with people because Reiki, it takes a long time to get that sick. She would work with them daily for a while. And there was two particularly impactful stories. One was of a young man. He was wealthy, and he loved to party, and he was very sick. And so she went and lived at this house, and she Reiki'd him, and then she initiated his housekeeper. He had no family. She Reiki'd him. The guy was doing great. He got out of his wheelchair. He was great. Missed the parties. Missed the people. Missed whatever was going on at the parties. He was back in his wheelchair in a matter of months. It didn't take long to get back in his wheelchair because the door opened. Thank you, God, I got healed. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, I get healed. Now let me go back to what I did before. Do not go back. Worse may befall you because you are an open vessel now. You have leveled up. You've been healed. You've connected with God. The greater the energy, the greater the responsibility. We want to not open the door. Do you know how many birthday cakes I have to pass by? I love birthday cakes. Everybody celebrates birthdays. It's like, no, I cannot have that birthday cake for multiple reasons, you know? But my emotional body has to have in its sights a different connection to pleasure than the cake, a different connection. Mine is multiple stuff, different connection to pleasures. Do you hear what I'm saying? And if you can establish that as you're walking down these paths of trying to change behavior, it makes the door stay shut and it makes the shift over easy. Spirit is always love. Spirit will direct us to the easy behavior pattern. And so I was almost 29, 2 weeks before my 29th birthday. I was at corporate. I'd smoked 2.5 packs a day for many years. And I was in charge, and the corporate was changing. We were going public, and it was all crazy. I'm at lunch, put my cigarette out, and Spirit said, "That's it." I went, "Okay." When I hear Spirit, that was clear. That's it. I never smoked again. Never lit up, never smoked again. Because it was a definitive, that's it. They did the same thing in 2001. We were in Scotland. Patrick had just made a beautiful dinner. We were all getting ready to enjoy a nice chicken that he'd made. And they said, "You're now a vegetarian." Okay, I'm now a vegetarian. Pat, can't eat that chicken you just made. Very clear, no question about it. But when there are options, you all know my story. July 23rd, 2013, Spirit said to me, "If you can speak positively about everyone for 1 year, you will be surprised how your life will change." 11 years later, I have not achieved that. I keep starting my year over. And do you not think I have good intentions? I have great intentions. In the beginning of the 10-year, I'd get mad at Patrick. "You're making me start my year over because I have to call you down. You're wrong." Then it would be people on TV. "You're making me start my year over because you're lying and I don't like it." And bam. Now it might be like an ump. Are they umpires? No. Who are the guys, the officials on the field? Referees. Now it might be somebody on the field that's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm being all unkind. So it's getting better and better and better, but my year does start over. I still have not achieved. But you know what I've noticed? Someone else has gotten more kinder and kinder and kinder in their language. The guy I live with. He's been on the journey with me, whether he realized it or not. And just that, and I will literally say, "Oh, my year, I have to start my year over again." 11 years. And many times during those 11 years. Why? Because it was an option. Because they said to my human nature, "You could do this if you want to." Okay, my intention's great, but my emotional payoff never changed. I never could see the emotional payoff. Do you see? Do you think I need to rewrite that? Yes, I need to give myself an emotional payoff for that so I can achieve it. And it needs to be up front every single day. That's the issue. When we're going to work in healing, we need to have that payoff up front daily. We need to be able to see it, not just an affirmation that we say one time and move on. It needs to be there. In Rohan, I do Rohan therapy. I've done it for 30 years. What we do is we go in and we unhook the thought that's trapped the emotions. So we can unhook the thought, release the emotions, and put in another desire emotion in there. Do you want to continue feeling this? No. What do you want to feel? And here's the list of what everybody wants to feel. You ready? Here's your list. I want to be free. I don't want to be trapped in this anymore. I want to be loved. I don't want to have to buy love. I want to be honest. I want to be supported, and I want to be powerful. Now, some of these are not even available when you're a child. You can't feel your power really, but freedom, you don't normally feel that. But as adults, that's what we want. If we could wrap our payoffs around an idea that lends itself to that, powerful, loved, honest, supported, free. If I do this, I will feel, boom. If I do this, I'll be connected with God, which is the greatest gift I can have. If I do this, boom. Do y'all hear me? So developing a payoff to supplant the one that was subconsciously given to you in your memory banks as a child. Subconsciously given to you. Do I need to explain that, or do you remember? Do y'all remember how you would respond? You would be quiet, you would recoil, you would do this, you would do that in certain situations. Those sculpted you. And we need to have, if we have a paradigm payoff shift that says, I'm going to be free to speak my truth, and no one's going to yell at me. I'm going to be free to speak my truth, and no one's going to yell at me. We all have those things, and we need to create a paradigm shift where the reward for an emotional body is something we want now, not something we're trying to avoid or something we're trying to protect ourselves from or something we're repeating because we just don't know how to get out of the loop. And we could create a emotional goal, an emotional desire that we could just put out there and have it stand by itself. We don't even know what we're changing yet. We don't even know what we're changing. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to do that. Do you hear? And we can, if we see it and keep it in front of us every day, it will literally change your behavior. So this is a very quick story. I want to be a nicer person. I'm really nice, But if I'm on work mode, my work is to deal with clients. And I love my clients. So when I'm in there, nobody matters but who I'm with. I'm talking about them. I love them. But my work is also office stuff and business stuff and decision making and things like that. So I have my drive in to talk to the office, or I have lunchtime to talk to the office. Because when I'm with clients, the office doesn't exist for me. Do you see the difference? I have to switch so much. So I know I'm trying to be more happy and whatever. And if I don't have a lot of stuff on my plate, I call Kate in the morning. I say, Kate, how are you doing? I'm on my right end. She goes, oh, I'm great. Yeah, how's it going? Did you have a good weekend? Yeah, I did. Blah, blah. We chitty-chat a minute. Yeah. Anything I need to know? No, you're good. These are your clients for the day. Great, I'll be there in a minute. Blah, blah, blah. But when I go in, and I have already been working for 2 hours in my brain, and I have a list this high of things to do, this is what the conversation is. Kate, you got a pen? Oh, wait, Kate, wait a minute. Kate, how are you? Good, you're good. Okay, let's move on. You got a pen? Do you hear the difference? Yeah. Write this down. I don't care how you are right now, Kate, because I don't have time for how you are. But the reality is, I do care how she is. I just don't have time for her right now. Which Cindy promotes cooperation, harmony, getting things done. Is it the second Cindy, really? No, it's really not. It's the one who takes a moment to connect. It's the one who takes a moment to say, how are you? Let me come into harmony with you. And then when I do that, then anything I need done is done in a beautiful, harmonious way. Instead of, aye, Captain, what? Next boss. I don't want that. Because then the energy of my helper isn't in it. You see? Shift of behavior. And I will confess to you that I probably did that last week because my list was this high, but I'm aware of it. So what if I gave myself an emotional payoff? Everything that is on my plate is handled by God. Everyone that needs to show up will be there, and everything I need to do will be in the perfect time. What if I just put that in my emotional payoff list first thing every morning? How will my world change? Do I make sense to you guys? I see troubled faces. I know it's only my problem, right? Okay. All right. I want to feel my spirit enjoying this life. I want to feel my spirit creating and enjoying others. I want the payoff to be feel the love I am. To pull a thread of spirit into everything that I do. Just a thread of spirit. One with the God. I am eternal, safe in the heart of God. I choose. God and I choose. God provides all my needs. When I can do that and have at my forefront every day what my new emotional payoff is going to be, then my behavior will change across the board. If you change one thought, you'll change your life. That is the reality and the truth of it all. Okay? So up front and center with your payoffs, and I will share with you, I did not print it out for you, but Pat, if you'll hand me that book. This is something that I have chosen to read. This is my lovely Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East, Book 2. I read on page 28 and 26 on my book, phrases about connecting with God every morning after I do my meditation. And it's simply aligning with God with all my heart. I align with God with all my soul. And there are paragraphs, I could quote it. With all my soul, I align with God. With all my mind, I align with God. All my strength. And I'm calling forth what I want to manifest. And God, I ask to be love, wisdom, truth, all of those things. But this is my final step in meditation. And it's something that gives me, because when we meditate, we're out, we're connecting with spirit. And sometimes when you meditate and you come back, you really don't know what you got. You can feel great, but did I get a directive? Do I know where I'm going? When you read something or have something, this isn't even emotional payoff, really. It is, but something, I want you to get specific on your emotional payoffs, but even something where you read where you're aligning with you in this earth as a child of God. Now I'm done with my meditation. Now I'm saying, okay, Spirit, I'm going to flow out into the world as the dynamic light I am. Simple. Now we've got your spirit moving through your body, moving out. You'll do your emotional desire body affirmations as well, and now you're good to go. You got it? Was that helpful? Okay. We do not want to be the man who was healed for 2 years. We want to be the one who never goes back. We're always going to have issues we're working on until we're ascending. We're always going to level up and do more things. We want to be the one that just hit a new plateau and now is climbing a new mountain. We want to be that one that's continually moving. So we have to take what we have, pull it up, and let it go. And I will leave you with this. Y'all, your memories are filled with stuff you don't want to create. And that's all of us. So do not be hard on yourself if you're walking on water one day and you have a memory come up the next. Dang it, I thought I was done with that. Just love it. Move through it. Give yourself a new payoff. Move on. You're not starting over. You're starting higher. You're starting higher. We're just lifting the bottom up. Does that make sense? All right, let's anchor this in. All right, let's take a breath. Father, Mother God, I ask that your love just fill this room. And I ask that a beautiful calm of light come over each one individually. And as you just feel that calm of light, filled with God love protecting you, I want you to just feel your heart. And in your mind, you can touch your heart if you want, touch your heart chakra, your heart organ, and just say, I am good. I'm good. I'm God's child and I'm good. Feel the beautiful love of Jesus Christ joining you and just holding you. I am ready to know my spirit. God, I am ready to know who I am as your child. I am eternal. All God love, God power flows through me. And I know my needs are provided, my joys are provided, my opportunities are around me at every moment. And it is my great privilege, pleasure, honor to be alive as your child in joy. And just feel your love for God. We love you so much, God. I love you, Jesus Christ. And in your heart, say, and I love me. I love the light I am. Take a breath, send this light out into your world. I share my light with the world. We love you, God. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. I do believe, this is Cindy, I do believe that this special place, this school of the earth, is one of the few places where we get to have emotional bodies, where we get to feel. We get to feel, we get to experience. So I would encourage you all to do something daring and brave and fabulous this week as you just let your light, who you are, shine. Say, yay, God.